Cervical cancer is the second most common cancer among Filipino women, and survival in the Philippines remains poor, as 75% of Filipino cervical cancer patients are diagnosed at advanced stages. I'm Dr. Jerry Camilla de los Santos Borgonia, an obstetrician gynecologist. I am an alumna of Holy Spirit Academy of Malolos and finished BS Biology as my pre-med course at the University of Santo Tomas. I pursued Doctor of Medicine at the Far Eastern University Nicanor Reyes Medical Foundation. After finishing my residency training at Bulacan Medical Center, I became a fellow of the Philippine Obstetrical and Gynecological Society. I had my master's in hospital administration, and I am currently the Assistant Training Officer at Bulacan Medical Center, Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, where I help train and guide future OBGYNs. I specialize in female health before, during, and after the childbearing years. That is, from the time she gets her first period all the way to postmenopause. I am here to ensure both mother and baby are safely guided throughout the phases of pregnancy and childbirth. I am an unang yakap and breastfeeding advocate, and together with our pediatricians and staff at Sacred Heart Hospital of Malolos, we see to it that our patients have their unang yakap during their delivery and are breastfeeding. I also provide preventive care services including pap smears, breast exams, pelvic exams, and vaccinations. Women usually see me for vaginal infections, irregular and heavy menstruation, ovarian cyst, uterine myoma, or any reproductive tract concerns. I perform a wide range of procedures including vaginal deliveries, cesarean sections, tubal ligations, removal of the uterus, removal of the ovaries, IUD, and subdermal implant insertion. It has been my childhood dream to become a doctor, and I'm proud to be the first one in the family. Why OBGYN? During med school, I've always wanted to become a pediatrician. But after my internship rotation in obstetrics, I realized that nothing compares to the miracle transpiring before my eyes as I deliver a baby into this world, and the happiness that comes with it as I watch couples catch a glimpse of their bundle of joy for the first time. Aside from being an unang yakap and breastfeeding advocate, I am also an advocate for cervical cancer prevention and control. Cervical cancer is the second most common cancer among Filipino women, and survival in the Philippines remains poor, as 75% of Filipino cervical cancer patients are diagnosed at advanced stages. Every day, an estimated 12 Filipinas die of this disease. That means every 2 hours, a woman loses her fight against cervical cancer and a family loses a loved one. Early on, cervical cancer may not cause signs and symptoms, but advanced cervical cancer may cause unusual discharge from the vagina, pain or bleeding during intercourse, bleeding even after menopause, bleeding and spotting between periods, or having menstrual periods that are longer or heavier than usual. If the symptoms appear, it is important to consult with us because cervical cancer is one of the most preventable and treatable forms of cancer if it is diagnosed and managed early. Like many cancers, the earlier cervical cancer is detected, the higher the chances of survival. Important things you can do to help prevent cervical cancer are to get vaccinated against HPV or the human papillomavirus, which is thought to be responsible for more than 99% of cervical cancer. When is the best time to get the vaccine? It is before you start having sexual activity, even as early as 9 years old. It is also imperative to have a regular gynecologic examination and screening tests such as pap smear and HPV testing. Adopt a cervical cancer prevention lifestyle habit such as the following: avoid smoking, eat foods that are high in antioxidants, and avoid diets that include large amount of fats, sugar, and sodium. Exercise regularly, limit your number of sexual partners or lifetime monogamy, and use of condom. Regular screenings help detect cancers early, which leads to timely intervention. Always keep in mind that prevention is better than cure. Behind the white coat, I am a mother to our only daughter and a caring and sweet wife to my husband, who is also a surgeon. You can usually find us together in the operating room, but outside the hospital, we enjoy going to the beach or just simply staying at home and having a conversation over coffee. If you have extra time, We go biking on weekends. I also play the piano and enjoy watching Korean dramas. Fun facts about myself: I am an avid fan of Kim Son-ho. I even attended his fan meets here in the Philippines. I also enjoy taking a picture and watching the sunset. Its enchanting beauty reminds me that despite life's dark moments, surely there's always something to be grateful for. Again, I am Dr. Jerry Camilla de los Santos Borgonia. Whether you are having your first baby, dealing with menopause, or anything in between, come see me at Sacred Heart Hospital of Malolos.
Sacred Heart Hospital of Malolos, 55 taong serbisyong subok at kalingang maaasahan.